Hi, it's Exploring John. We're doing our hike again. We're here at the Antietam Creek Aqueduct and we're going to go downstream. Here's where we start our walk. Over here through the gates. As we look to the left, that's a little pickup spot for kayakers and canoeists. You can come in there, unload or load up, and then pull off. We'll continue on. And here the bike path is in the canal bed. We're going to follow it through the aqueduct. Let's look at this sign up here. Antietam Aqueduct, 1834. As we walk through here, it'll give you the feeling as if you were on a canal boat. Here we come up at next down, just the width of the canal boat, maybe just a little bit more. Now as we drift over to the left, we'll peek over the wall. Here's the Antietam Creek at Harpers Ferry Road, where the bridge goes over the creek. You continue coming through the aqueduct. Then it widens here at the end. We're going downstream. Now over here on the left, there's an opening or a gate that let water into O'Brien's Basin. And that's where they'd go in and unload coal for Antietam Iron Works. So we'll follow this bike trail up to the towpath. You're not allowed to ride a bike over the aqueduct because it's so unlevel. So they come down through the canal bed. If you look over the hill here, in the shade, that's O'Brien's Basin. This is where the gate was. Down the towpath for our journey, for our hike today. Now you can't see it very well, but a lot of the berm on the other side is stone lined for dock for Antietam Iron Works, where they would tie off and unload coal. They would also load up iron from the iron works to ship it downstream. We're coming up with another feature. It's a mile marker. Mile 69. And down the towpath we go. As we've come to this spot, there's a rapid in the river. You should be able to hear it on the camera. You can see the whitecaps out there where it crosses the river. We've come up to one of the spots where there's an opening in the berm to allow water to flood that back field. And there's also landings over there, so they could also unload from here coal for Antietam Iron Works. Here's the berm, and right down there at the trees is the opening. Here straight across from us was Wade's or Schaefer's Landing. This landing was built and it had a pivot bridge here. There was a culvert just a little downstream from here that collapsed, and it was a road culvert. It would take a road under the canal. And the Antietam Iron Works built this landing so their employees could get across the canal to reach the ferry to go across the river. Now we're coming up on another feature. This spot here on the right is called a picnic area. So you can pull over, take a rest, have a picnic, and you won't block the trail. Right across from it is another one of the openings in the berm to flood that back area, and there's a landing back there down near Wade's Landing. So onward we go. Now this is the area that had a collapsed culvert. It was a road culvert. It was take the road underneath the canal to access the ferry to go across to the other side. Over here on the berm we can see some stone. This was part of a landing. We'll zoom over here, we can see some more stonework. This was all part of Sharpless Landing. I know we're at Sharpsburg, but this is Sharpless Landing. As we look across the berm, we're looking at Sharpless Landing. On for our walk. As we look across the river here, we see snow on the West Virginia side. And you can usually see a ramp over there for where the ferry put in, but with all the snow covering things, I can't tell where it is today. On with our walk. We reached this spot, and Lime Kiln Road is up high, and we look over here to the right, and this is our picnic spot turnaround area. This is halfway to the Lime Kiln parking lot. So we turn around right here, and now we're headed back. We'll take a look at the view here of the river and West Virginia on the other side. Here on the way back, we're passing the mile marker again. Mile 69. And onward we go. Use caution. Please help prevent accidents. Dismount and walk bicycles across Aqueduct. Now we're here where the trail splits. You can go down in the canal bed and ride across. Or if you're walking especially, come across the top. We're going to take a little look around. First of all, you'll notice there's snow. It snowed on the first day of spring, over a foot. We still have some of the snow around. As we look at the aqueduct, we see it has 3 openings, 3 arches. And here come the geese. We can see it's uneven stones up here. We look across the river, there's the sun setting. We'll stop here and look up Antietam Creek. We'll swing out and look into the Potomac. The Potomac is up, we could tell because this area here is underwater. In the summer, that'll be a big beach down there. Looking down, we can see the bottom of the creek. It's pretty shallow, actually. On with our return trip. As we get to this end of the aqueduct, we'll look at these metal rods sticking up. And I'm thinking it's a place to tie off a canal boat to. Looked like it was lined this whole way. Or maybe at one time it was there to keep people out. We came down here as a little side trip to look at the aqueduct so we could see it better. There we are looking through the openings. Here's another sweeping view of the river. And that's West Virginia on the other side. Then up toward Shepherdstown. We're back to our parking area. There's our crossover dam and then the gates. And through the gates here and we're done. Another nice walk on the C&O Canal. We're back to the parking lot, back to our car after a nice hike. See you next time.